Hey, what's going on, guys? I'll be honest, I wasn't sure I was going to do this video because I'm not like everybody else, but YouTube and their changes, I think it's going from 4,000 watch hours to 8,000. I think you still need 1,000 subscribers. But if you got totally a shorts channel, they want you to do like 20 million views to get monetized. Here's the thing about YouTube though. I never got on YouTube focusing on AdSense money because I knew it was pennies. I knew that was never going to make me the bulk of my income, with AdSense money. I knew that, and a lot of the people that come on YouTube that are new will probably never get a chance. Probably one out of maybe a few thousand will instantly get on YouTube, do like one video because of their demographic and their age matched up, and people can relate to their video, and it just takes off. That's not most of us. Most of us, that's never going to happen. Let me move because I see this light coming in. Most of us, that scenario will never happen in our lifetime. Never. It just won't. And I just never got on YouTube with thinking that was going to happen to me. I got on YouTube for one reason: to build an audience. And I've actually got separate audience because I got separate channels. And even though it's similar content on like 3 of the channels, I'm still building different audiences. And I'm trying to narrow that down to one. That's why I decided just to do long form on 2 out of the 5 channels. I got 6 total, but one channel was just like entertainment. I knew I was never going to get that monetized. Got copied videos. I broke the terms of service on it, but I stopped copying videos, so YouTube left me alone. I put up content probably, I would say, once every couple of months on that channel just to keep them happy. And let's keep it real. YouTube just really wants to use our content to throw commercials on it. They keep all the money. But I do notice some people in the finance arena been shut down. What's this guy channel? Income Kim, I think his channel's called. And he talked a lot about CPNs and making millions of dollars, and it was real shady concepts, let's just say, where mine are more based on legal concepts. There might be loopholes, but most of my content is based on facts from coaches bigger than me and law firms. The most unprofessional person I've ever got information from probably was like a Glendon Cameron, or Richard Fain, but that was the lowest. I've been taking like information from like law firms and just breaking it down where people in my demographic could understand it better without actually word for word copying that person. But I knew that YouTube was going to continue to make the monetization harder and harder to achieve. I knew that. But if you're doing it for the reasons I'm doing it, which is just to purely build an audience, to build a much bigger business down the line, you won't even worry about that stuff, what YouTube is doing. YouTube's been playing this game for a long time, and I just think they just don't want to pay out the small creators. Let's keep it real. That's all what it is. They want to get just the big people on make money on the small creators while they're making money on the big ones, and just share revenue with the people that are gonna get the views. That's all it is. And one day I think I'll probably get there. I'll get there with at least one channel where I'll make the type of videos and the amount of views that they want. But I'm not focused on that because it doesn't make any money. It's pennies. The average small creator probably was making under, like, just barely the $100 that you need for them to send the check or to deposit the money. That's it. You know, $100 a month maybe. I was monetized on my biggest channel, Chennai Business, for a hot minute. And then they find reasons to say you broke their terms of service, but they allow you to still post content. Why do they allow you to still post content? Because I see that they're putting commercials on my long form content, my old school long form content that did thousands and thousands of views. It still got commercials on it, so that tells me that the advertisers like my content, you know. And you could say that I reformed other people's short form, but they claim that that's within the terms, as long as you change it up a little bit. And I don't really do the commentary videos where you're looking at somebody's video and you're commentating on it, and I don't do those because that's a copyright issue waiting to happen in the future. But they took down a lot of people that I used to watch channels. They didn't touch Glendon, so that tells me they're putting a lot of commercials on Glendon Cameron stuff. But the income cam guy, I knew he was going down because he always talked about shit that's illegal. CPNs don't work, they're illegal. You know, a lot of these CPNs that people are using are like dead people's social security numbers, made up numbers. A lot of stuff he was talking about was outdated and doesn't work anymore. The only thing that he said in one of his last videos before they shut him down, I think, because you go to his video, you go to his channel, it's like there's nothing there. Like, they shut him down. The last thing he said that made sense to me was stop selling to broke people. But in my theory, I can't do that because I gotta help the people, you know, that are where I was in the past. Because I was one of those extremely broke people to the point where I was almost homeless. You know, and by way of hustling and now having a business, I'm slowly creeping, my credit's getting better, I'm slowly creeping back to where I was years ago, like more than 5 years ago. And it's been hard. I'm not gonna lie to you, building a business, especially online mostly, it's hard now, even with AI. I appreciate what I use AI for, and I wouldn't be this far without AI, to be honest with you. And I just use it as what it's supposed to be used as a tool to help you progress. I'm not worried about it taking jobs and all this stuff. I know it will. Any technology is going to disrupt the future, and it's going to take jobs. Social media did it. The internet did it, you know. I'm just not using YouTube to rely on AdSense money. I don't think you guys should either. I think you should still go hard as if you're getting paid by AdSense. You know, make as many videos as you can. I know a lot of people are not going to compete with me if they have a full-time job. You know, you're not going to put up as much content as me. And I'm not saying my content is great, but I put up a lot, you know. And unlike Glenda Cameron, I don't disappear for the most part. I think for 1 year, I slowed down really little. I slowed down a lot. But for the most part, I'm going to continue to put up shorts on 3 of the channels. The other 2, I'm going to continue to put up long form and some shorts. And just keep trying to build my audience, my perfect audience. I think one of those channels is going to hit it, preferably my biggest channel. And I'll get probably a few. Honestly, if I got 500 core dedicated people that I'm trying to target, I'd be happy. Just 500. From that 500, I could easily build a 6-figure business. I'm not going to get rich with that, but I could build a 6-figure business. And if you've been watching my journey, part of my plan is to build Blandrake up with income and credit and grants, whatever I can get, and build a even bigger company, a C Corp that I could take public or sell. Obviously, I'm going to, build my trust, maybe get an IRA. I am going to, in the future, invest in stocks, but I'm not going to, trade. I'm just going to buy stocks and hold. And the goal is to get at least one property in the next year or 2 for my home, so I don't have to pay rent anymore. And for that, from then, I should just tear up, using credit and business. And I think I have a good strategy, because I use the strategy of using gig economy to fund your business until you actually make money doing the thing that it is you really want to do. Because I'll keep it real with you, I don't want to be an Uber driver the rest of my life, despite what anybody might think. I enjoy it for the most part. Probably once a day, I might get one person that might piss me off a little, sometimes a lot, but it's only one person. And that one person, honestly, depending on how severe the situation is, could ruin your day. But a lot of times you'll get at least one person that brighten your day. Like I got this one lady, she's like, I don't want to call her old lady because I'm getting old too, but she's got to be like, I think she told me she's 75, very energetic for a 75-year-old. She claims she's going to hook me up with a good woman that could cook. White woman, but very, very friendly, very petite, but petite in a good way. Like you could tell when she was younger, she had a little shape. You could tell she was attractive when she was younger. She's married, happily married, very, very bubbly personality, friendly, likes to talk. The minute she gets in the car, hey, William, and just runs off her day and what's going on in her life. Very pleasant. But from the distance from where I am to her house, the most Uber, it's always Ubers, never Lyft. She always takes Uber. When I see her name, I always pick her up. Even though the ride only pays the base amount here in Connecticut, I think it's $3.95, I want to say. And she does tip. She makes it a point to tip when she has it. Not every time, but every now and then she'll tip me $1 or $2 or $3, whatever she can afford. I never ask for it. She does tip me in the app, which I hate, but very pleasant person. She wouldn't have to tip me at all. Those type of people, I'm just happy to talk to and see. And it brings joy to my life when I see her, believe it or not, Those are the pleasant people that make rideshare worth it. But I gotta admit, you know, the pettiness. I had a squealing in like one of my tires. It wasn't the brakes. That's the only thing that pisses me off. People automatically think something's wrong with the brakes. The brakes work fine, but you can get a little particle dust or something in there, and it makes this little squealing noise. You hear it a lot on buses when they come to a stop. It's not that the brakes are bad, but it makes that squealing noise, and people just assume that there's something wrong with the wheels or the car or whatever. Some guy flagged me on Lyft. Doesn't really affect me. Doesn't bring down my rating. It just a little annoying maybe that he did it. I know exactly who did it after the fact when I thought about it. But you can't, even when you remember who did something, you can't even remember the ride because Lyft don't give you the information how you want it. And I couldn't go back and unfollow him because I did so many rides that day. It's impossible to figure it out. And it just annoyed me a little bit, you know. But when I see that guy again, best believe I'll probably do the trip, but I'm going to unmatch him. I'm just saying that starting a business is never going to be an easy journey. This is why I'm still, and I didn't think I would be, still driving part-time, but I'm still driving. And the online space, even though AI is out here, it's not easy. You know, it's not going to be easy. I think I have an advantage, believe it or not, over a lot of people. Having so many channels, investing over 9 years on the platform. YouTube is my favorite platform, by the way, but I'm not here to even pray that I'm going to get monetized, because that's not my focus. Maybe down the line, Myron Golden, he said he had like, I think over 20,000 subscribers before he realized, hey, you know what? I can get monetized and get paid, because he had so many subscribers already because he was building the audience. I think that's what we need to focus on. We need to just focus on building the audience and stop crying about the shadiness or whatever we think YouTube's doing to us to hurt small creators. Now, do I really think they're being purposely malicious? Not really. I think there is a method to it, or reasons why, other than they're just greedy. But like I said, if you're not focusing on that and you're just using YouTube to build your audience, it's the #1 free platform that you could build an audience on and be nobody. And be nobody. Somebody that no one heard about, nobody knows, and build a group of followers that believe in you. You know, DoorDash did it. The lady, you know, the crazy Uber driving, not Uber driving, but DoorDash lady, I think her name was DoorDash, and she'd been on YouTube for years before she had that video that blew up and inspired everybody, and even myself. Everybody went trying to figure out what she was doing, and she was changing the print to lowercase in her titles and just figuring out what did she do to finally get monetized and blow up. She got lucky. She got lucky, and when she saw the luck, she just kept chasing and did similar videos and misled a lot of people, because she's not who we thought she was. But it's none of my business. It's really none of my business what Income Cam or DoorDash or any of these people are doing. It's just funny that somebody, one of my videos had the audacity to say that I don't really follow Glenda Cameron and I'm a scammer, because they were mad because I did that. I have that one video that's doing pretty good for my standards on my channel, Chennai Business, where I'm talking about how I don't like how he came off on everybody when he came back to YouTube. He's gone again, but and it could have been Glendon himself for all I know, because everybody's so covert with these little backup YouTube channels just so they complain that they're getting hate, but they be covertly creating their second channel name and going in and doing long comments on people's channel, the same thing that they getting mad about. I don't do that. I don't care what you call me. You can call me the N-word. I'm still not gonna go create some backup channel just to go on your channel and rant. I'm just not. It's a waste of time to hate, to do those long hateful comments. It's a lot of waste of your time. And I believe you're a loser if you sit there and you have time to do a long hateful comment. Now, if you have time to do a long inspirational comment to get a person's attention because you want to work with them or something, that's not a waste of time, because you're trying to work with that person or you're trying to get their attention. I like the few that I've gotten over the years, and I'll email you back. If you email me, excuse me, if you email me at williamblanding.com, no, I'm sorry, not williamblanding.com, willblanding@gmail.com, just Will Blanding, not William, Will Blanding. Blanding is spelled Blanding. Now, WilliamBlanding.com is where the Family LLC Club is located, if you want to check that out. And it's a very inexpensive thing, but that really got me when somebody called me a scammer. I'm like, who am I scamming? Not you. You ain't buying nothing. I'm giving out free information for years. For years. Who am I scamming? I got a free training platform that I have that some people signed up for, not a lot, but. And then I have a paid one, the Family LLC Club, that's only $27 a month. That's less than a cup of coffee a day. And I'm talking, it's the best information I've ever done in my life for free, basically, because $27 a month is very affordable for the average person. That's why I kind of get why Income Cam said that before they probably took them down. Only saw the rich people, because it makes things quick, fast, because they have the money, they're ready to buy. But see, he messed up what he had. Now, this was his funnel, YouTube. I don't know what he's doing now, but he lost one of his best funnels, and he had a lot of subscribers. I wish I had his subscribers, I'll tell you that right now. But I'm not here to defraud anybody. I don't even care if you don't sign up for anything I'm doing anymore. I do have some offers, if you check the link below, But like I said, less than $27 a day, I'm pouring in everything. All my secrets, what I'm building in the future, it's all going to be in the Family LLC Club. And guess what? You don't have to scam. You don't have to do CPNs. You don't have to do anything shady. You could set up a legitimate LLC, get your credit to at least 680, and be successful out here. Finally make some real money in the future, maybe not now, but when you put in the work, finally make some money. And I don't think it needs to be so hard necessarily, or feel hard. It is hard, Starting a business is hard. It's not easy. But if you treat it like a hobby, kind of like I treat it like a hobby, something I do a little bit every day. I put out content every day. I promote every day. And sometimes people sign up, sometimes they don't, but I still keep going. I keep going. And if you really pay attention to my strategy, I'm using the same money I'm already making to prop up my business until the actual marketing part of the business kicks in. So I'm using gig economy to fund my actual business until everything else kicks in where I need it to be, So Relay Bank is going to start being like, oh, this guy's starting to finally make some money, And as far as gig economy, we're in a slow season, soon to be the busy season, because school's coming back. It's crazy, but when high school and college come back, the apps are flooded with business. Flooded. And right now it's slow because school's not officially back yet. I think next month. So it's going to be busy next month. I guess if you're still in gig economy, you can look forward to that. I think food delivery is always busy at night. Even rideshare. I'm gonna keep it real with you guys. If you drive at night, you're gonna hit your quota no matter what it is. If you drive the night hours, I would say from 8 p.m. till early morning, say 4 or 5 in the morning, you're gonna hit your quota. I just don't like driving those hours. It's as simple as that. It's just unsafe. Not worth the money. I did get a dash cam. I don't know if I told any of you guys. I finally got a dash cam. I got it through Lyft, actually. I used my points and purchased a dash cam. I didn't put it in yet. I'll probably do a video on that this week. Hopefully some of you guys on my rideshare channel will check that out. If you haven't checked out that channel, it's called Nice Guy Driver. And it's only about the shadiness of rideshare and gig economy. So go check that out. Nice Guy Driver, 3 words. And my LinkedIn is doing well thanks to AI. AI had helped me. AI has helped me with thumbnails, titles, ideas. Literally, I put in the same idea to Claude, Gemini, and Chat, and I like that I could pin them all together, pin them all against each other, and get a response that makes me feel comfortable. I gotta say that out of the 3, I would say Gemini hallucinates the least. It gives you factual stuff because Google ecosystem pulls real facts. Just a tip there. I know everybody loves Chat the best, but well, it's not all. Some people like Claude. And Claude's probably number 1 if you're really techie, you're into the coding and all that stuff. Gemini, I would say, is probably the easiest for new people. Matter of fact, I built my website using the AI Studio. Gemini has a suite of tools, too, for free. For free. That's what I love. You don't even have to be on a paid tier. I can only imagine when I up to the $20 paid tier on Gemini, which I decided I'm going to pick Gemini. I know you can hate me in the comments. I know you Claude and Chat people are going to be like, yo, Gemini is not the best. But it's the easiest for non-techie people, I would say. If you're non-techie and you're over 40, over 50, over 60, I would start with Gemini. And then everything links together. It's just seamless. I love it. But all I can tell you, what you should take from this video is, I'm not going to pretend like I have all the answers, even in the Family LLC Club, but I will tell you this. I'm going to try to give tips to people that are non-techie, particularly over 50, non-techie. I'm going to help them a little bit more with my tips because I'm in your category. I'm there. I'm not techie really. You know, I've learned a lot over the years. I will say that. So I'm probably more techie than some people my age, but I still got a lot to learn, guys. A lot to learn. And I enjoy this because this is what I'm into. I wouldn't necessarily call myself a traditional nerd, you know, because I'm more like a b-boy, old school b-boy type nerd, you know. But I think you could do this. You could be over 50, use these tools. You might not even save your job, but you'll create a new one by way of starting your own business. I want to thank you guys for your continued support. And if you haven't already, subscribe, like, comment, click that bell icon, and get in the Family LLC Club. What are you waiting for? Thank you.